All right, what's up? We are live. Snuffing Torches, Survivor 46, episode 11 recap. Got myself, Nate, and John Rich. Uh,
May I,
Background is for
Tommy? May
unnecessary
I?
roughness. I couldn't figure out how to change that on our back end. Ignore that. Because you know what? X's and O's, it's not just for football, it's for drawing up blind sides on
Strategy.
Survivor, too.
Strategy.
May I?
No.
Yeah.
In every season, especially this new era, I have never been more devastated by a vote than just now. She
Wow.
did everything correctly. She found it. She played dumb like she didn't. She should have won the immunity challenge, but I don't want to even think about that right now. She missed a layup from 1 inch away. She said out loud, the worst thing you can do in this game is go home with an idol. And then it just all happened to my girl. I'm actually devastated by what we just saw.
It's a tough night for the number one Venus fan in the world.
Really tough night.
She did everything right until she talked to Charlie. Like if she did everything right, she would have been it.
Dude,
she screwed herself talking to Charlie. She fucked herself.
She thought she was Meryl Streep the way she was acting towards Charlie, and Charlie's like reading her like a book. She loves all season. They even said it an hour before they go to tribal. Something triggers in Venus's brain, and she goes fucking crazy. And she just runs around like a like when the Tasmanian devil starts going, it's like, that's Venus. And she just can't help herself. And Q,
I can't believe he's
QAnon. You could see it in my name. It's for Q. It's not for the QAnon website.
He just lives to see another day. Venus had it. She
Venus is awful at the game of Survivor.
Stop it.
She was entertaining to watch. She, start to finish, played atrociously. She had no social game. Everybody on her original tribe hated her. She mistakenly stumbled her way into being on the right side of a couple of votes and then took all the credit in the world. She was insufferable. She found an idol somehow. Did do a great job. I loved when she was acting to Kenzie like she didn't actually have it. But then she fucks up at the challenge at the last possible second. She spills the beans to Charlie, and then she doesn't play the idol. So
unreal.
She gave us some great moments. I love her as a character. She's awful at the game of Survivor.
Unreal. This is her obituary episode, I guess. One of the more not even just messy. She would talk for no reason. Constantly. It's like, oh, Venus finally has a grasp on the game. Let me just go blabber and bury myself for no reason. She almost put on a perfect episode. Like, she was so good at that challenge. She would walk in with the ball. She would get 1 inch from the finish line and then just throw it off her stick. She did that 4 times.
Dare I say it's a metaphor for what happened to her tonight. She got so close to the finish line, pulling off the big move against Q, finding the idol, and then at the last second, she just slips up.
Can we talk about that ball? She would come down the seesaw and then just like throw the ball away. So she did that 10
forgot
times.
About walking down.
And then
I didn't notice that until you said something. She was doing that the whole time.
She did the ball on the stick through the maze.
I saw it once.
She caught up and then just like almost like the producers put a gust of wind at the ball from 1 inch away. It's so impossible how she screwed that up.
Yeah, that was wild. She went too far. She overshot the bitch.
Yeah, she was. It looked like the plan was going to work out perfectly. She gets her idol. If she wins the challenge, obviously she doesn't go home. But I also think that Maria goes home, which was really what she wanted to happen.
I think that's your winner, right?
I'm so out on Maria.
Who?
Maria.
Maria's done.
Yeah, she's annoying.
I wanted you to say that was your girl. No, I thought you were going to stick to your guns, Tommy.
No, I've been on Team Charlie the last couple of weeks.
Oh, I thought you were still saying Maria was going to win.
No, I said last week that I was afraid that move put too big of a target on her back, and it did. And then, we'll talk about it because it's kind of the other highlight of the episode. At the challenge, Maria wins after Venus blows it, and she gets to choose at first one person to come on Pizza Reward back at camp with her. She goes for Who'd you choose first? Ben. Ben, because Ben, by the way, Ben is useless. I hate Ben. Ben, I literally don't think Ben was on the screen until the immunity challenge. Like they were at one point talking like numbers, or they talked about the Sega 3, like Charlie and Maria were like the Sega 3. I was like, Sega 3? Who the hell is the third? It was like Ben was not a factor. And then he's the one at the end who voted for Kenzie. Ben, why the fuck did you vote for Kenzie? Do you have any idea what's going on in this game?
I have a feeling, I mean, you're better at running the numbers than I am, Tommy. Someone lied to him about like splitting a vote on Kenzie just because he's like so worthless. They just wanted him to throw it away. Like I was this the first confession he's had also in like 2 episodes? Like almost like he stumbled upon the confessional. He's like, what's that for? Oh, you're supposed to talk to the camera? Oh, I guess I'll do that now.
I was starting to feel bad for Ben. I'm just like imagining him like having Survivor watch parties at home. He invites like his friends and family over. It's like, oh yeah, Ben's on Survivor, and he is just not even in the episode, like at all.
Well, that's his fault.
Yeah, I guess he's not like completely like quiet though. He has some personality. Like he's probably getting a little bit screwed on the.
I know people are saying like, oh, it was to split the vote in case Venus had an idol, but then why wouldn't he just vote for Q?
They know to drag him to the end at this point. Someone just
said about the split.
Someone just said in the Rumble chat, Venus was probably always the target. The edit just made it seem like Q was the bigger target than he was.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. But I do genuinely think that Venus talking to Charlie about that trick up her sleeve probably fucked her.
Yeah. All right. You want to go from the top, Tommy?
Well, yeah, hold on. I want to talk about that challenge or whatever. Let's just go from the top. We'll start from the top. We had, so we left off last episode with Tiff being blindsided with the idol in her pocket. Kenzie and Venus are on the outs. They're feeling bitter. I thought Charlie did a really good job here talking to Kenzie afterwards. I think Charlie is far and away the best player left in this game. I think Charlie's social game is really good, like having the wherewithal to be like, well, I want to talk to Kenzie because she's still a number I can use. I thought that was really good. We kind of had these final 5 talks going on, and Venus is now trying to put the target on Maria. We have the idol hunt. Amazing job by Venus. Not finding the idol, but walking around with Kenzie, like poking sticks, being like, I don't know, I can't find it. Really well done. Maybe her moment of the season.
Will you put a tiny bit of respect on her name for finding it?
Yeah.
Said it was moment of the season.
He just said the highlight of the season was her waving a stick around pretending to look for it.
I think that was
more
impressive than finding it. Finding the idol can be dumb luck. I think the show she put on in front of Kenzie was more impressive than finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you skipped over the part where she found it in your recap.
Well, I mean, yeah, she found it.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to add? Do you want to paint that picture?
She's just a warrior. She's 92 pounds, going through the jungle, just chopping down trees. She finds an idol, and then she executes a perfect plan to keep it from everybody. That's the way I would have presented it.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you.
So kind of going into tribal, going into the challenge, we're setting up that Maria might be the target. Even Charlie is like, I think Q is now Maria's number 1 instead of me. So he kind of wants Q out more than Maria, but Venus, Kenzie, they want Q out, they want Maria out. I think it was, it's been kind of a theme this season. I feel like more than other seasons with people like wanting to claim moves. I don't know why people want to do that. Like you had Venus doing it, obviously, Tevin, Maria, like it was like, oh, it's important that it's her move. I think that's so fucking stupid. Like you can, if you get to the end, you can kind of be like there, but to in the moment want everyone to think it's your move, all it does is paint a target on you.
Yeah, I don't know why they suddenly think they have to do it in real time. Like,
yeah,
it's like they want to, like, I guess, plant the memory in their heads, like, I don't know, maybe ahead of time in case like somebody else like tries to claim it from them in tribal. Like maybe they're worried about somebody else in tribal, like Venus, just coming up and pretending it was their move, so they want everyone to know. But yeah, I mean that instantly like made Maria almost like unlikable to me, just like the way she handled that whole thing. Like it was just weird. Like I never had a problem with her. Like I never like loved her, but Just that whole display, the whole credit thing, it's just weird. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, and I mean, then she talk about like a villain turn at the challenge. She wins. First person chooses is Ben. It's like, oh, Ben is so emaciated. Ben's crying. Fucking pathetic, Ben. And then she gets one more to choose. Charlie and Kenzie kind of take themselves out. So it's either Q, Venus, or Liz. I think everybody in America expected her to take Liz. She had the meltdown last week over Applebee's when Q didn't take her. And she did get the rice at the immunity challenge. That is worth noting. So it is something, but still. And Maria, importantly, she prefaces her choices by saying, I'm going to choose not based on who I want to work with or anything. I'm just going to choose on who's like the most emaciated and who I think needs the food the most. And if that's the case, you have to take Liz. She can't eat anything. Oh, because this was maybe the craziest quote I've heard in
Wait, hold on.
Seasons
you
of
want to do
Survivor.
that now?
Yeah, I mean, just while we're on the topic, when Liz said that she thinks her allergies are due to her suppressing her feelings, I mean, Liz has simply no idea how allergies work. It makes me not believe she's allergic to anything. It makes
you understated what happened. She sat there in the circle sobbing, saying, she was talking shit about Q. And she's like, no, I'm just going to say it. I always hold back what I say. I'm going to say what I feel. And you know what? The fact that I've gone my whole life only sending emails and never saying how I feel is why I'm allergic to everything. And I'm here thinking, well, she was begging to have a bacon Swiss bourbon cheeseburger, fries, milkshakes from Applebee's, and then she's begging to get pizza. I think I'm with you. I don't think she's allergic to anything. I think she's choosing what she's allergic to.
I'm surprised she didn't have a story of like, oh, me and my daughter get pizza every Friday. We have Applebee's Wednesday. We get pizza every Friday.
I think she was an Applebee's plant.
Yeah, no shit, she's an Applebee's plant. The allergies, I think, in general, are just like made up, kind of like weak-minded people. So like, she's not wrong. Like, she's like built up these allergies in her head. And if expressing herself and telling Q to like go fuck himself is like gonna, I think that might take her allergies away. She might have no more allergies for the rest of the game. I kind of believe that.
I do think there's a chance she just isn't allergic to anything.
Yeah, which I think is at the core what allergies are. They're just like
allergies are mental disorders.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Correct, Tommy. Yeah, that's what I'm driving at. And that
if you have a peanut allergy, it's a mental thing that you just got to power through.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you think you're allergic to bees and a bee stings you, you're dead.
Right. Yeah. It's mind over allergies is all about mind over matter.
Honestly, I know that's not entirely true, but there's something to that.
There is something deep.
There's something to that.
There's something to it for Liz, who we now know does like she's also just a lazy bag of bones. Everybody was searching for the idol. She's just snoozing away in the teepee.
No energy.
But yeah, so all that being said, we think that she's going to get selected. Maria, in an absolute pussy way out, decides, hey, all right, Venus like is the only one who won't beg, which respect, Queen, after Q and Liz are begging. So she's like, all right, Q and Liz, rock, paper, scissors. It's something that I've often thought of in the past of like, if I was in that position, maybe it's be like, all right, take it out of my hands. But then it's like, no, that's a bad strategic move because I think people just respect you more making a choice than being too pussy to choose. Because then it's also like, not that Q thought this way, but it's like she didn't really choose Q. Like in reality, it's almost just like another person you didn't choose. But yeah, she makes Q and Liz do rock, paper, scissors. Liz is like, please just do like rock. I'm going to do paper. They both do paper. And then Liz switches to rock. Q stays true with paper. He wins. We all knew like Q owns Liz. Like there was no chance Liz was beating Q in a rock, paper, scissors. And the fact that like right after denying her from Applebee's, he gets to deny her from pizza with the rock, paper, scissors is so fun. And he was even laughing about it. Otherwise, I'm still full. And I just had 22 slices of pizza.
Dude. And he could have taken himself out. And he was just like, I'm at least gonna take the shot to not let Liz eat. Like he had to mentally decide to like, I'm at least going to give it the old college effort to try to keep her starving. And he did. He accomplished it. Also, Maria could have just chosen Liz. Like, I think that's being glossed over with the whole route. Like, she clearly wanted her to keep starving too. Like, Q just won rock, paper, scissors. It wasn't his decision really to keep her starving. That was Maria's decision to keep her starving.
And it was I don't understand anything that Maria said about that whole decision made no sense. Like,
no, it was all lies. It was bad lies. Yeah.
But it wasn't even like she did the rock, paper, scissors. But like strategically, it's not even a hard decision to make. Just pick Liz. Not to mention Q, you have Q in your pocket regardless. He has like nowhere else to go. Everybody hates him. There's nothing in the world she could do to lose Q. Like the easiest decision ever. And then even I was kind of going ahead with in the tribal when like they're getting mad, like she was like furious because Venus said it was a farce. Like how could you even begin to deny that the whole thing was a farce? Like it's a fact that you said like the hungriest, most emaciated person, and the answer is so fucking obvious. So it'd be like, oh, that's daggers that you think that's a farce. So it's like, well, then it's not even about like the decision. Like if you just chose Q, that's fine. But like you preface it with that whole thing, like yeah, like you just fucking lied. Like you can't argue against that. You just lied there.
I will say you said there's nothing she can do where she would lose Q. I think maybe part of the strategy is that Q is such a wild card where he is somebody that if you don't take him on a reward right after he took you on the Applebee's reward, there is a chance that he's like, fuck Maria, we've got to get her out. So
nobody respects him enough to let him.
I know, but I'm just trying to think of what maybe her reasoning was.
That I can see that a little, but I think in the end though, it's just I don't think there's anything she could really do to lose Q. Like he's got no chance without her.
Tommy,
but at the same time, you're right. Like maybe he thinks he does. So if he thinks he does, then that's all that really matters.
Tommy would stand up there and be like, I need each of you to say one nice thing about me.
Yeah, I really would. Someone in the chat just said, oh yeah, Jelinski tweeted about Barstool. He said Barstool Sports learning about Jelinski today, feeling famous or whatever.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, wow. And then they talked about, so, and then someone replied, got to hear you on Snuffing Torches. And he responded, I'd absolutely love to. Looks like they support Q a little too much, though.
All right, well, come on and talk your shit.
Talk about it.
Maybe if you were still here. I actually, somebody reached out to me that I know that said that they're really good, like childhood friends with Jelinski.
Huh.
So he's probably a solid dude. He's just not good at Survivor.
Very good hang.
So wait, who do we like? We like Charlie because he follows Tommy. We like Jelinski because he tweeted about us today. I'm 1 degree of separation of friendship to Kenzie. Do we have anybody else? That's not bad. 3. That's not bad.
Yeah. Q, I mean,
I got no connection.
We love Q.
Love Q.
He's coming at Frank the Tank Snack on Cameo.
Yeah, that's the funniest showdown. But yeah, so then back at camp, Maria, Q, and Ben are enjoying their pizza, and the other 4 are just forming this like pizza loser fuck Maria alliance of Charlie, Venus, Liz, and Kenzie, where they're like, we knew it. Q is her number 1. Like, this is bullshit. That's when Liz had the whole meltdown about her allergies and hating Q so much. So Maria just talk about a massive stock drop.
Yeah.
Like the last couple weeks to go from like, wow, she's playing a really kind of good under the radar game to now almost seemingly being public enemy number 1 is quite the fall.
Yeah, it was impressive, really. It happened so fast. Like, I mean, she did a lot of things right, I guess, she won the challenge. But yeah, she's like my least favorite player now. I think she is the person I want out and like gone the most. Like it just happened like that.
Let's do a quick. Oh no, I like her more than Ben. Let's do a quick just who we like watching the most. I would go Q1, Charlie 2, Kenzie 3. I still got to put Maria. I don't know though. Liz is so. I think I'd put Liz 4, Maria 5, Ben 6. Like Liz is at least entertaining in how ridiculous of a human being she is.
Yeah, I think I have the same as you, but I put Maria at the end behind Ben. I don't have the hate for Ben like you do. I just think he's just
a waste.
It's just hilarious how little he's a part of the game.
Q definitely the most rewatchable best character of this season. I don't know if you're counting Venus, she would be number 2. And then
I meant people still in, but no, I mean that's honestly like why it sucked going into Tribal, knowing it was Q or Venus. Is like we're losing one of our top 2 characters.
Yeah, I mean Charlie's not like the most fun to watch. I mean, I think you tweeted it, Tommy. His strategy is I want everybody to like me. He's kumbaya, Charlie.
But no, it's strategic. Like I think in like just judging by confessionals, he seems to have a better understanding of the game than anyone.
Great understanding. Has he pulled off anything though?
I mean, pulled off anything where he, got up at Tribal and pumped his chest and said, I did that. No, but like I almost think that's smart. He's been on the right side of every single vote. Him and Maria have been on the right side.
He hasn't drawn up a play.
I think him and Maria have kind of been the drivers of every vote, but he's just been able to do it a little more silently, which you can be like, oh, well, that's not. I almost think it's more impressive to influence things to go the way that you want them to go and not have anybody realize that you're the person for that influence.
100%.
Not getting rid of him when he won back-to-back challenges and he's so in the driver's seat and he's so likable and the people in the jury like him. Like any final 3 with him, like even Kenzie, she can't beat him. Like
unless he gets like, the treatment of he didn't do anything. He was Maria's puppet. Like there was some talk of that tonight.
But if he gets rid of her, or she finishes 4th. But I mean, she can't beat him. She's too unlikable at this point because of rock paper scissors.
Yeah, there was the contestant Ryan Ulrich. He was in season 30 something. I don't remember. Somebody in the chat could maybe remind, but he's someone I thought played a good game. It might have been Heroes Hustlers, whatever the fuck that season was, 35 with Ben and Chrissy. But he was someone that I thought played a good game, but it almost went too under the radar. So I can maybe see Charlie getting that treatment. But I don't know. I think Charlie's getting a really good edit. Yeah, Ryan was HHH. I think Charlie's getting good at it. And like he was saying there, he's like, look, I want people to like me. And, he's thinking when I go back at camp, who would I rather have hate me? I think he made the right choice because Venus is someone I actually wouldn't want against me just because she's so crazy. But looking at that side that like Kenzie is, you don't want her against you because she is a good player, but she's also reasonable enough where you can win her back. And then that's the only person that wasn't in on that vote.
Liz?
Yeah. No. Kenzie. No.
Kenzie and Liz.
No. Hold on. Now I'm getting confused here.
Yeah. Kenzie and Liz.
Kenzie ended up voting for Venus.
Yes.
Ben voted for Kenzie for whatever fucking reason. But like as it looked like there was the trio. Basically, Charlie had to choose what trio do I want to cross? Maria, Q, and Ben, or do I want to cross the trio of Venus, Kenzie, and Liz? I think that with Venus, so it's basically with Venus or Q out, it would have been who do I either want to be up against? Maria and Ben, who I've been with the whole game, or I want to be against Kenzie and Liz. I think I'd rather be against Kenzie and Liz because Liz is a total non-factor.
Yeah, probably. But he's turning on Maria next week anyway.
Ooh, wait. I like this tweet from Mike Bloom, former, whatever. I have no idea if he did this on purpose, but Charlie opting himself out of the reward. He forced Maria not to take the easy out and get her in a position to choose, between Q, Liz, and Venus, which makes her the bad guy. If he thought that through on the spot, that's a king.
I don't think he did.
I think he just thought it was a likable move.
I thought it was just like he even kind of said after he's like, I just really thought like Liz needs to fucking eat.
Yeah.
Oh, and the best part of the vote is Q spelling Venus's name with like 12 extra letters. It's like VENIUSSUS.
No, I don't think that was Q. I thought that was somebody else.
Oh, like Venice, right? Didn't somebody spell it VENICE?
Yes, yeah. I thought that was Q. Well, I don't watch the after show, so I could be wrong.
Speaking of just Jelinski, I'm just looking through my notes here when they said the final several. Like it's crazy how much that has become a part of this season. They walked into the challenge. Jeff was like, "How many do we have left?" Several. So it's just crazy. The legend of Jelinski continues to grow.
They're pushing it a little heavy-handed. They're trying to make it a thing a little.
I agree. It feels like it was more of a thing for them out there on the island. Like, it must have been a huge inside joke amongst them all season. And it's like, I'm sure that's a great inside joke for you guys. Like, we don't quite feel that the same way.
No, we love it. Zelensky, come on the show.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. I mean, yeah, it's really just the swing vote of Charlie. Venus doesn't help her case, like we said, when she's like, I got something up my sleeve, Charlie. I got something up my sleeve. So that kind of maybe does Venus in. We get the tribal council, and Q and Liz are going at it a little bit. Venus and Liz are going, or Q and Venus are going at it. Venus and Liz are going at it. Or not Venus and Liz. Venus and Maria are going at it. Like, oh, you wouldn't have taken me. Blah blah blah. Venus just always in the middle of something. A messy queen, as they say.
I like that though. I was glad. I mean, she was out anyway. I was glad she called Maria out for that.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, that was a good way to go out for her, I think.
I wrote it in the group chat when after the Tiffany vote, Venus says out loud to the camera, the worst thing you can do in this game is go home with an idol in your pocket. And then Jeff Probst goes, does anyone want to play your idol? And they do the fucking music. And she sits there with that little smile on her face. And I just went like that. I just put my head in my hand because you just knew it was over. Venus, you had it. I will never get over what happened.
Third straight person now to be voted out with an idol in their pocket.
Oh, because our Hunter.
Yeah, Tiff and Hunter. Her. Was there anyone in between Tiff and Hunter that got voted out? I don't think so.
No, that's crazy.
Like third in a row with that. It's crazy.
And they all talk shit about the previous person too.
Yeah, they're like, I can't like. And so at this point, do you think they put an idol back in the game?
You probably can use it till 5 left, right?
The last one you can use it is at final 5. You can use it.
So it should go back in then.
I'll have one more.
For just 1 or 2 votes. And here's the other thing too. Nobody knows Venus had it, so I don't know if there'd be a scramble to look. Like it made sense to put it back in because everyone knew Tiff had it.
Yeah, they won't look though. You're right, because she didn't tell anybody. Oh, yeah, Venus, my sweet queen. I can't believe that.
Charlie might have most fourth person to be voted out with an idol in their pocket when you include Jem from earlier this season, most ever in a season of Survivor.
John Rich, do you think Charlie might sniff around a little bit just in case?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think, and he was telling people too that he thought Venus had something. So I think people might wonder. I think people they'll look around at that.
If anyone's gonna look, it'd probably be Charlie. Just I feel like he was the most suspicious, but I don't know. I do like that it was just an idol. Like I think maybe they have done that in post merge where it's just idols, but I was glad it wasn't like, all right, now go fucking, go underneath this person's head and get it in the middle of the night. Like the fact that at this point it's just an idol. I mean, we've said it, but it is simply not a coincidence that everybody, it's not just, us on Snuff and Torches, everybody in the Survivor community is like, this is hands down the best season of the new era. And it's also the season in which twists and advantages have been hands down the least involved they've been.
And like villains were involved. Yeah, crazy.
We've had only idols. We had an extra vote at some point. Now, it is interesting because 2 different people, Hunter and I forget who else, failed on their journeys. So that's probably a reason why we didn't, like, who knows? That could have been some knowledge is power bullshit or steal a vote. So, like, that might be why we didn't get the extras, that people were failing their journeys. But I'm glad that they didn't work it in randomly somehow and, like, force it. Survivor can survive on just idols.
Wait, Morale-free in Rumble chat, is right. They would think Tiffany's is still out there because they didn't know
true. Good point.
Venus found it. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So they might put one back.
They might put 2 and 2 together also. They might be like, oh, she had it. Like I don't know. But yeah, there will be one in play next week.
Okay. 1 second. I'm checking my dog. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Shout out Doc.
What else do we have here? Do you have any other notes, Nate?
I mean, devastation mostly. I I'm bummed.
I will say we're gonna
tell me, you're smart and you understand the game better than me. Shot in the dark. What's the point?
I was gonna, because Jeff at some point, I think tonight he was like, "Oh, last chance to play shot in the dark." And everybody was like, I think people just literally forget they have shot in the dark. I think
when are you supposed to use it? When you know it's you being voted out? But if it's your last chance to use it, why wouldn't everybody use it?
Well, because I forgot it existed.
Oh, you lose your vote when you use it.
Yeah.
So Venus could use an idol and shot in the dark at the same time and be safe, but just not vote.
Yeah. Wait, what? Well, why would she use the shot in the dark if she's playing her idol?
Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused by this fucking
shot in the dark.
That's not what I meant.
Shot in the dark, you lose your vote. Can't vote, but you have a 1 in 6 chance of being immune, a dice roll.
I'm so confused by what the point of it is.
That has to be gotten rid of soon. Like I think it's worked once, twice. Like it's pointless.
They don't even use it.
I forgot that existed entirely until
they get used, or I feel like we see them talked about and used more earlier in the season. Like I think when it's early in the season, you'll see people when they're still in the tribe portions of the game, because maybe the votes are more clear. Like I think maybe it can be boiled down to like in the tribal portions of the game, sometimes the vote is more clear because like, well, this person fucking stinks at challenges, or this person fucking stinks as a person, or they're going to be gotten rid of. And I think later in the game, it's just so messy, and you also don't want to lose your vote because you could be like, all right, I might be in trouble tonight, but I also, if I don't vote, then I'm losing my vote. That's losing a number. Yeah. So I guess they're just, I would be totally fine if they got rid of it.
It goes so far. I don't know what it is about fucking shot in the dark. It goes so far over my head. I can't grasp the strategy behind it, ever. I can't. I guess it's like if everybody, if everybody, Banu should have used it. Is he, when they didn't even vote? He should have been like, Jeff, I'm using my shot in the dark.
Yeah. That's true. That would have been a hilarious shot in the dark.
It's been 6 seasons of it. I've never figured out the right time to use it.
Good point from our friend Heather in the Rumble chat. She says, I feel like this season is so good because there's so much animosity amongst the cast, way less kumbaya. That's very true. And we've said that where all the time it's like, oh, we all love you. No, Q was hated. Liz hates Q. Venus was hated. Banu was kind of I guess they didn't really hate him. I guess maybe that was more us. But just a great season of bad feelings. And I bet Venus is going to be an iconic jury member. I bet she's going to give Eliza Orland's level facial reactions on the jury, rolling her eyes, and then I guess she hasn't got a speech now, but at Final Tribal when they do the breakdown, I bet she's going to be a sassy bitch.
I'm going to be barking at my TV when she walks out, though.
Is she the hottest a player has ever been? 20 days.
I'm woke, dude. They have to be giving her makeup.
She had a perfect tan.
Good skin, I guess. I don't know.
John's just in the background.
No, we got chaos. My dog's puking. He's wheezing.
I'm sorry.
We're getting home. Dog's getting old, man. Dog's getting old.
Just reminds me of the old KFC radio clip with Big Cat chasing his dog around.
Yeah, there was 10 minutes there. I didn't know what to do. My dog was just puking behind me, and I was just zoning you guys out. I was just lost there for a minute, but I'm back now.
Yeah, that's all right.
But anyway, Venus is going. What Venus is going to do on the jury? People are going to give their stories, and she's going to take all the credit from them. She's going to tell them how everything was actually her idea and start the whole argument. She's going to be great on the jury.
Venus might go up and give a winner speech on why she deserves to win.
Yes, 100%.
Jeff with the licorice. What do we think of that?
It was a little funny to make them all split one.
Yeah, at first I was like, all right, Jeff, enough. We with the little fucking snacks, but make them all split one was funny.
Yo, what would they do if Q ran up and just snatched the bag and just started eating it
in front of Liz's face?
What would, well, she would have to decide very quickly if she was allergic to that or not.
You know what he should have done, Jeff? He handed it to Ben. He should have handed it to Q.
because he would have eaten the whole thing.
Yes, 100%. Or Liz even. Liz would have been
no, because Liz would have just eaten. Like
but even that would have been kind of funny.
Giving Q another chance to deny Liz food. That's my new favorite storyline. Is just denying Liz human substance.
There's something sketch about her because she's all like, I can't eat anything. I haven't pooped in 3 weeks. Like they've evacuated people for less than not pooping in 3 weeks. I'm just not buying what she's
saying. Not eating.
They don't dump a lot out there.
But everything, I know, but it's like everything with her. Like, it's like she's remarkably allergic. Like, she can't be as sickly as she's trying to tell everybody. And because they wouldn't let her on, she wouldn't have made it this long. She doesn't look like, like rail thin or anything. She might have like dug a hole and buried a bunch of food that she scampers away to in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I also don't think she's a fucking millionaire with a marketing email agency.
Well, me and John Rich spend a lot of time on that website. I believe her.
If the amount of content on the website translates to money, she is crushing it.
And I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. I think she's allergic to like fruits and shit, right? Like that's it.
And chicken.
And that's just like chicken is so weird. That one's in her head. That one's in her head. I might give her the fruit. Chicken's in her head. That one is now cured, but she told off Q.
She sucks, dude.
So we got 6 people left, 2 episodes. Sorry, I got something in my fucking eye. We have Q. Let's kind of go break them down one by one, what we think their chances of winning. Start with Q. Extremely low chances of winning. I mean, there is a chance he
not 0. I'm
not 0. It shouldn't be 0, but it might be just because of how much they all
they openly talk about how much they don't like him. He doesn't have the jury votes. And what kind of speech can that guy give to win over the jury at this point?
Yeah. I'm rooting for him. I mean, maybe he just goes dominant. Maybe he goes sicko mode down the stretch.
He like pulled some kind of. I mean, it's already too late for this. Probably like he pulled some kind of flip on Maria, but everyone wants Maria out already anyway, so that's not going to be like a move.
Yeah.
By him. Maybe if he flipped everyone to Charlie, if he somehow orchestrated a Charlie out, and then
how could that ever be?
Like really brought it home.
How could that ever be his
like
move?
Him as a person?
Like, I mean, There's Tiffany, like people like that. They will never. In a million years, though.
I can't see him developing a move and pulling off a move and people giving him credit for it. It's just they don't listen when he talks. Like it's been 2 straight episodes now, maybe 3, where it's like Q just lays on the beach by himself. Nobody talks to. I think Kenzie fucking despises him.
Yeah, she still does.
Yeah, he's
Q probably not winning. Liz for sure not winning, but I think she probably gets to the end as a GOAT. Like at this point, why would you vote out Liz?
Yeah, the sympathy vote I don't. Is Charlie really gonna be able to manipulate this game so he's sitting next to Q and Liz? Because that would be
incredible.
They might do the Banu, and Jeff's like, you don't even have to vote. Your new winner is Charlie.
It could happen.
Kenzie has to win immunity next week or she's done.
Oh, yeah, he might have. So Ben is the other person with no chance to win. If Ben wins, that would ruin what was another. He's the only one left where it would truly ruin the season. Like Q winning, would be awesome. Even Liz winning would be like Gabler levels of what the fuck absurd.
Yeah, right.
I would rather Liz win than Ben.
I've been through enough tonight. You don't have to compare Liz to Gabler.
Yeah. I would rather. So I think Kenzie, Charlie, and Maria are really the 3 people with a chance to win. Maria, she's not dead in the water, but definitely a tough hit for her tonight. Kenzie, I think it's Kenzie or Charlie. To me, it's Kenzie or Charlie.
If Kenzie wins immunity and she can somehow, it's between Kenzie and Charlie, and whoever can convince the other people to vote out the other one. But that's why like Liz and Q and Ben have to team up and and make themselves the most despicable final 3 of all time. I don't think they have it in them though.
No, I mean Q was the only one who would think of that.
Yeah, but I think it kind of come down. I think whoever I feel like it's kind of Charlie versus Maria right now. I don't know if like Maria really knows it yet, but like if Maria can convince people to get Charlie out, like she's back in, and which could happen. Like she's smart enough. Like they got to go against each other. Like I think whichever one of those two are going to get out first, and I think the other person's going to win.
I mean, it seems like Charlie is gunning for Maria. Maria doesn't know Charlie's gunning for her. Do you think there's any chance that somebody is going to go tell Maria, hey, Charlie's gunning?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it could get flipped to Charlie. They got to know Charlie's a target now, too. Like, that's going to become apparent. If it's not, it should be already.
I think Kenzie's the only one who would do that. Venus would have done that. So that's why I do think it was smart for Charlie to get rid of her. Like, shut up a possible rat. Liz is too stupid. Ben doesn't know about it.
It
would only be Kenzie would be the one where, like, that's honestly what Kenzie should do if she's a good player, which I do think she is. She wants to be an agent of chaos. She goes to Maria as soon as they get back to camp. Charlie was gunning for you. You won immunity, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think her only chance is to cause some division and cause some chaos.
Her only chance is winning immunity next week, but we also were deprived of Venus trying to make a fire. That would have been pay-per-view TV. Just little Venus just trying to. I do you think she ever attempted to make a fire while out there? Do you think she ever picked up a piece of firewood?
No.
No.
Don't be ridiculous.
It sucks that Q has no chance because that whole like I'm quitting, I'm not quitting thing. Because like he's been really good for the season.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks. Like
And John Rich, like your boy Ben, like they don't hate him as much as like we just like are annoyed by him. I guess it's not even hatred. It's like, Ben. All right, you're Ben.
He's just indifferent to me.
Yeah,
he's a little annoying with whole like rock and roll, like rock on shit. But like at this point, it's kind of comical to me just how little we see him.
I don't like this comment. Is the Penguin the new alligator? I don't like that comment.
Who?
The Penguin, Penguin. It's hard to say, but when you spell it out, when you write it out, it looks
Penguin.
The
Did he call himself that?
What?
Did he call himself?
No, I think that's just this guy.
I think that's someone in the chat calling him. That made me laugh.
Oh, I did want to shout out a tweet that really made me laugh tonight. I tweeted about whatever Liz losing to rock paper scissors, and this guy Danny Coffee at It's Coffee Time goes, not throwing scissors, big mistake. A reference to Q's hide and seek.
I didn't understand that.
You should have said that. You should have told her that right to her face.
Yeah. All right, so let's do Jib Cuts winner picks. My winner pick is Charlie. I've kind of said it all episode. It's him or Kenzie, but I'm going to go Charlie because he follows me on Twitter. Jib Cut, in honor of her leaving, I'll say I liked the cut of Venus's jib this week when she fake looked for the idol with Kenzie. She earned a jib cut.
A good jib.
Me. Winner pick. It's clearly between Charlie, Kenzie, and Maria. It's crazy. We were talking so highly of Maria's game. Like, how would she ever lose this? But yeah, it's tough out there. I'm gonna stick with Kenzie. I think she's very likable. I just hope she doesn't have to go head to head with Charlie. But he's the better physical challenge threat. I'll stick with Kenzie because that's my girl. But obviously, it's Charlie 1, Kenzie 2, Maria 3rd, a little way down than the rest of the bums, like fucking bag of milk, Liz, just whatever.
She probably can't.
She probably can't have milk.
Yeah. I think you can make a case for Maria. She had a terrible episode, and I'm like fully out on her, but that could flip pretty fast too. Again, like I think Charlie could pretty quickly, like something could happen that he becomes a target. But even so, I'm still going with Charlie. I just picture him winning. I'm kind of worried it's going to be like too much of a cakewalk, as you guys were saying earlier. Like in the end, it's been such a good season, and it could really just come down to like Charlie sweeps everything, gets the whole vote. I mean, if he's like, I don't even think Kenzie would. Would Kenzie give like what would the votes be between him and Kenzie?
Is there a way they can be in the final 3 together? That like
Charlie and Kenzie?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anything is possible at this point.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the fire making challenge, like anything is possible.
Yeah. It just seems like if Charlie wins immunity, which he's now the favorite to do just in general, he's smart enough to say, Q, I'm taking you to the final 3 with me. We have to get Kenzie out. Like
I don't know. It's hard. Like they should. No, I don't even think they should work together. Like if one of them was small. Like I think honestly, what Charlie should do is vote out Kenzie next week, and then vote out Maria. Like what if I'm Charlie next week? I stick with Maria, Q, and Ben. I vote out Kenzie because she's the big threat to win. And then at final 5, I get together Liz and Ben to go vote out Maria. And then and then if I'm Charlie, I'm at a final 4 with Liz, Ben, and Q. And I either win immunity or I convince one of those dummies to take me to the final 2, or I win the fire making challenge.
Johnny and Rumble chat says Ben's final immunity speech starts with, I have to say, it's been a pleasure rocking out with all you guys.
Yeah, that's funny. We got some guy just putting fart.
Yeah, I don't know how to moderate.
Whatever. We have 1,200 people or something watching live on Rumble right now. That's pretty good.
Liz infiltrated the chat. That's mean. I'm not going to say that out loud.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how to police the chat.
Yeah, we're ending up anyway. I want to watch the end of this Knicks game. But I love my Knicks. 2 episodes left. We'll be back live next week. We'll be back live for the end of both of them. Make sure you subscribe everywhere, like everywhere, and see you guys next week.
All right, guys.